Hello guys, so Jerry speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories episode number 502. Today we read you Juneteenth. In honor of the celebration of Juneteenth, we're going to read you that book from 2006. So let's read it down, shall we? So we got for us. So On My Own Holidays Edition. But written by Wanda Mike Nelson and Drew Nelson. Illustrations by Mark Short, something like that. We bought for 1 hour. Here we go. Now, I was gonna read Abioyo, but unfortunately that never gonna happen. So, for this Juneteenth. So that might we'll do it 2 years from now. Here we go. Keep this being private, but anyway, Juneteenth. Not showing the address. Yeah, thank God. That's a big no. But anyway, written by Via Marks Nelson and Drew Nelson. Illustrations by Mark Sawyer. Published by Melbourne Press, Minneapolis. Anyway, copyright 2006. All rights reserved. Special thanks to Shannon Barefoot, something like that. Kate Brasfield, Tracy Adams, Chris Sharlick, Lloyd Snyder, something like that. Have pronounced anyway. Stephanie Farrell, Lucy Hammond, and of course, Catherine Hart. Something like that. Anyway, for the sisters, Ella, Willie, Lori, Winnie, and Charlotte. VMN. Anyway, for Crystal and Justin, DN. And for my wife, Nicole, MS. Anyway, let's read this book. Here we go. Jubilee is June 19th, 1865. A hot day in Texas. Wow, okay. Clouds decorate the bright blue sky on a farm outside the city of Glasgow. A man hoes that corn. Wow, okay. 5 miles away, a teenage boy chops wood. Nearby, a woman scrubs the floor. Her sister milks a cow in the barn. It seems like a normal day. Next page. Anyways, there's a message arrives in Graysville. A race from ear to ear through town. A message is carried to the countryside by riders on horseback. It is carried by wagon and by people on foot. The people on foot are racing around because the message is so important. What can it be? Next page. When the news reaches the man in the cornfield, tears roll down his cheeks. 5 miles away, the young woodcutter plants his axe in a stump and runs to hug his father. Wow. Nearby, the woman stops scrubbing and dances around the wet floor. Her sister drops a bucket of milk and falls on her knees, something like that. As news spread around Texas, he will stop working and jump for joy. You kidding me? Anyways, next page. These men, women, and children, not only ordinary workers, they were black slaves. The news when it arrived on June 19th changed their lives forever. Okay? On that day, Gerald Gordon Gardner, something like that, arrived in Graceland. He read an order from President Abraham Lincoln. That order says that slaves were free. Huh? Next page. Anyways, that was good news, but it was old news. President Lincoln has given it this order in 1863, but slaves in some places were not told right away. It was more than 2 years later. Wow. For the order to reach Texas slaves. When it finally did, the streets, graves, and rang, when black voices shouted, "We're free, free, free." Okay? Next page. Anyways, slavery. But how did black people become slaves? Imagine that you were playing outside. Suddenly you were captured in the net like an animal. You were packed in the bottom of the ship with many other stolen people. You were taken far away to another country. You were forced to stand... Okay, this is disgusting. On a platform called an auction block. A man plays money for you. He owns you now. You are his slave. you must do anything he says. Okay? And you do whatever you wants to do for you. Something like that. He can make you work. He can put chains on you. Okay, mate? He can whip you. Even this is stupid. Anyway, you never again see your home or your family. This is bullcrap. Next page. Anyways, beginning in 1619, these things happened to millions of African people. They were taken to North America and they were placed as slaves. The white American wanted slaves. Some people in the North wanted housekeepers and farmhands. Many sovereigns that needs people to work on their plantings. Plantings were huge farms of cotton, tobacco, corn, and other crops. Something like that. Plantings owners were sold these crops to make money. The owners could keep more money if they did not have to pay the people who work for them. They did not pay slaves. Wow. Next page. Anyways, War 1861 to 1865. Excuse me. Anyway. Not everyone wanted slavery. Okay, I don't know what to do next. Anyway. Many people in North and some in the South wanted to keep free the slaves. They knew that slavery was wrong. I agree with that. Anyway, they spoke about against it. But they believed that all people were created equal. So much racism. Anyway, most sovereigns did not want slavery to end. I agree. But without slaves, anyway, will pay their corpse, and chop their wood. I don't know. Who you tell me? Who you're cooking their meals and cleaning their houses, and how also many white people believe they were better than black people. No, they're not. They believe their blacks were not equal. I don't know about this. So black slaves did not deserve to be free. Next page. Anyway, Northern leaders would not give up. In the southern states, they would not get in. Finally, a group of sovereign states decided they could no longer be part of the United States. What, are you kidding me? It was to broke away and formed the Confederation States in America. Boring! Anyways, now the country is divided into two parts. The Confederate in the South and the Union in the North on April 12, 1861. Armies from two sides began to fight. There was a start of civil war. Okay, makes sense anyway. History difference anyway. Next page. Anyways, freedom. On January 1st, 1863, President Lincoln signed a special order called the Emancipation Proclamation. It was for slaves, said that slaves in the Confederation States were forever free. Many Confederation owners did not tell that slaves about President Lincoln's order. They wanted the slaves to keep working. This is so boring. Why? Kids like slave in the good ideas to make more sense, but we're not slaves. I'm not a slave either. Why? Anyway, even when the owners knew that the South would lose the war, they wanted one more free harvest. But Union soldiers brought the news. The slaves and the troops moved the South. So slaves spread the words to others. Thousands of free slaves joined the Union Army to help to win the war. Next page. Anyways, some Texas slaves heard the tales about freedom, but they're not going to be sure that these stories were true. Slaves had to be careful. I don't know about this. Anyway, they have to talk about freedom. Their owners might punish them. We'll see. Too many doubts numbers. Anyway, slaves will try to lead the plantations. Will be whipped. Stop with the kill part. Seriously. Anyway, all they could do was wait and hope. Thank you. Finally, April 1865. The Union was won in the Civil War. Thank you. More than 700,000 people in the North and South have died fighting in this war. On June 19th, which is today, of 1865, Union General Joanner by the news and freedom that declaration. Texas was the last state where the official announcement was made. Thank you. Next page. Anyways, slaves no more. Thank you. Now I want to believe the announcement. More than 200 years has passed. Some Africans were first captured and brought to North America. By 1865, more slaves in America, North America anyway, have been born here. Wow. The only life that was slavery. Wow. Okay? Then the instant when they were free. Once slaves knew that the truth, they stopped working. The moment was scary, wonderful. They were free, they laughed and cried, shouted and prayed, they danced and sang, gathered and hugged, and they imagined they lived as free Americans. To be announced numbers. Anyway, next page. Anyways, some former slaves left the plantations with just the clothes of their backs. They couldn't know where they were going. They were happy to be free to go anywhere. Oh my God. Anyway, many search for loved ones who have been sold to plantations. Some were reunited with their families. Others not found their parents or children. We'll see what happens next. Anyway, some former slaves found jobs in cities. Others could not be because white people would hire them. Many stay in plantations because they have nowhere else to go. The slaves were free, but black Americans would struggle to equal rights for a long time. Still, the end of slavery brought great joy and a great reason to celebrate. Next page. Anyway, Juneteenth. On June 19, 1866, 1 year after they had won their freedom, foreign slaves come together to celebrate. The city of gravitation was alive with music. The sweet, smoky smell of barbecue filled the air. We'll see. Next page. But black Texans were wearing their Sunday best. They gathered and hugged. They shared the news and told stories. They sang spiritual celebrating freedom. No more slavery chains for me. No more, no more. Figure this out, man. And folks attended ceremonies, worship services, and parades to mark this day. Let's figure out Blue's Clues. We need to do something. Next page. Anyways, there was the first of many June 19th celebration in Texas, where black Texans ruled the other states. They took the generations of them. But how did June 19th become Juneteenth? I don't know, you tell me. At first, Texans call it Freedom Day, Information Day, Jubilee, or simply June 19th. This is my favorite moment. Just call it June 19th. Anyways, not a holiday. Anyway, as 3 years passed, as freedoms of stories were told and retold, June 19th were to together as Juneteenth. Huh? Anyways, today Juneteenth is celebrated much like the first anniversary in 1866. People all call arrive in parks, churches, schools, and backyards for picnics. The sweet, smoky smell of barbecue fills the air. Potato salad, corn on the cob, biscuits, homemade ice cream, cakes, pies, and melon crowds at tables. Red velvet cake and red soda pop, the traditional treats. Red honors to all the people whose blood is shed in slavery and the struggle with freedom. And I agree with that. You know, makes sense anyway. Anyway, next page. Press parades filled city streets with music and dancing. Black cowboys and cowgirls chopped their town of horses. Huh? Miss Juneteenth waved from the decorated float. Folks strung along, singing songs of freedom and patriotism. Okay? Next page. Anyways, Spirit baseball games bring whoops and ballers from excited fans. Okay? Foot races, stack races, and rodeos spark cheers and laughter. At the cakewalk, people clap in their hands and tap their feet. Dancers turn and leap, strut and quick step to win their grand prize, a delicious cake. We'll figure this out. Anyways, Next page. Worship service and read the admiration, paradation are important parts of Juneteenth. Speaker tells and recounts stories of slavery and freedom. Okay? The share tales of why Texas slaves were the last to get the news. A legend says that the first messenger sent with the paradation was murdered along the way. How another story says he was given a very, very slow mode to ride. Wow. People laugh, but no one forgot the real reason why the late news. No one forgets that Juneteenth is not just a day to have fun, it's a time to remember. Huh? Anyways, next page. Juneteenth is celebrated in big and small ways, almost everywhere in the United States. The government of Texas made it a state holiday on January 1st, 1980. From Florida to Alaska to California to New Jersey. Are you kidding me? To other states across the nation that have holiday example. Some people believe that June 19th should be a national holiday, like Thanksgiving or 4th of July. Wherever celebrated, Juneteenth is a time to sing praises for the end of slavery in the United States. Why? Can we not have Juneteenth as a holiday? Thank you. Anyway, this is the last several pages of the book saying this. Anyway, and I'm not going to read Freedom's song because this is going to get ridiculous. Anyway, it's actually called No More Auction Block, but that just makes more sense. Now, Freedom Day says this. America has different ideas on how to Wendy to celebrate the end of slavery. Some think it should be January 1st, the day that President Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. Other feels that December 18th, 1865 was a true day. I agree. It should have done December 18th. Period. On this day, the proclamation was the United States Declaration became law. We'll see. The Declaration ended slavery on all the states. Declaration free slaves only in Declaration slaves. And there are people who are honored the day that slaves were free in their own state. Whatever day you choose, freedom is worth celebrating. I'll choose either August or September rather than June. Thank you, but that's just me. And the last page has some words, and that means I don't know what these words mean. Sorry, but that is gonna make more sense. Anyway, so that was Juneteenth, 1865, but all that stuff. What I think about this book, it was catchy, and especially the fact, why is this being a holiday? I didn't even get that part, fortunately. Why do you call this a holiday? It is not as good thing to call it a holiday. 1, 2, you don't get it, call this Juneteenth. You call this June 19th and not a non-holiday. It's my advice. Now, before we go, in 2021, I called it a frame idea. Now, somebody has signed Juneteenth to be a holiday. And who might it be in 2021? President Joe Biden. Now, I have some flaws in 2021. I hate this holiday, for 1. 2, this is a stupid excuse to have it on June 19th. Why call it on December 18th instead of June 19th? That should be more easier, you know? Should make more sense anyway. But, that's just me. And 3, I think it would be more better to have it on July, or let's say it's gonna be August, or September, okay? That would be more better, it makes sense. But June, that's my birth month, Let's have a birthday. And this is make more difference than that. Common sense, people. Make common sense. But, Anyway, that was the Bedtime Stories episode 502. Hope you enjoy it. Staying is going to be Bedtime Stories episode 503, which is going to be about Star Wars. And Joe, if you watch this episode of Bedtime Stories right now, I recommend you don't do a Darth Vader voice. So, it's called A Galaxy for Everyone. No, man, excuse me. I gotta get ready to make this episode Boring Jokes for episode 38 on the alphabet juggle game. Parts of it will be today, parts will be tomorrow, and then I have to go to bed. Because after this, part of the episode will be tomorrow, because before I decide to wake up, and after I wake up, because at 6:30 tomorrow, I have to go to work, take a shower, and do other things random, because I really need to get ready for work. But at 7:30, I have to leave here, go to work, because I want my mom to be mad at me, okay? Just want to let you know about that. But anyway, till next time, so Joe's Boss Baby, we can work Bedtime Stories, we guys be soon to say out. See ya.